Welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you're new here, I post videos to this channel every Monday to help you on your internship journey. Internships were a big reason, if not the reason, for my successful launch after college graduation. And I'm on a mission to help you get the most out of your internships as well. In today's video, I am sticking to the resume theme that I started with in last week's video. So go check that out if you haven't already. I will link to that somewhere up here. I am going to cover 10 quick tips in today's video for formatting your resume. Plus, I have a comprehensive resume readiness checklist, way more than 10 tips, that goes along with this video. You can download a copy of my checklist for free and make sure that you're checking things off as you start to build out your resume to make sure that you're not missing a thing. I've linked the resume checklist in the description below this video, so go grab that. Hey there, I'm Jenna Ryan from the internhustle.com, and this is Initiative Muscle Monday, helping you to start each week with an intentional step toward a successful future. Let's do this. All right, 10 quick resume formatting tips. Here we go. Resume formatting tip number 1. Use one professional font and color throughout your resume. I recommend selecting a serif font. You cannot go wrong with Times New Roman, and stay away from random colors. Just keep it professional and stick to a black font. Resume formatting tip number 2. Keep the font size consistent throughout the resume. The exception to this is your name at the top of your resume. You can and should use a larger font size to make your name stand out at the top, but otherwise, just use things like capitalization or bold formatting to mark the different sections of your resume, like education or experience, and help them stand out in that way, rather than having to keep track of a bunch of different font sizes throughout your resume. Resume formatting tip number 3. Ensure that you are using formatting styles like capitalization, bold, underline, italics, consistently throughout your resume. For example, if you bold a job title for one job, make sure that you bold the job titles for all other jobs on your resume as well. Resume formatting tip number 4. Maintain consistent spacing and text alignment throughout your resume. This applies to the page margins too. So inconsistencies are going to draw people's eyes away from the content of your resume because they're going to be jumping all over just trying to follow along. Especially pay attention to the bullet points that you use and make sure that they are consistently aligned throughout each section of your resume. Resume formatting tip number 5. Modify your content to avoid any single word on its own line. These take up valuable space, and they're also detractors when someone's reading through your resume because there's a lot of white space around it and it just doesn't feel like it aligns right. So think about how you can phrase your point differently to rework the alignment of your sentence and get rid of those lines that only contain one word. Resume formatting tip number 6. Spell out all acronyms or abbreviations. These things can vary between jobs and industries, and you should never assume that someone knows what you're referring to. The best practice is to spell it out in full and then follow that by the abbreviated version in parentheses. So an example of this would be if you worked in the healthcare industry and for your job you handled protected health information, PHI. You would write out protected health information and then in parentheses you would put PHI. Resume formatting tip number 7. When listing dates on your resume, write out the full month. So instead of saying 1/2018, write January 2018. Resume formatting tip number 8. Check to make sure that you are using the proper verb tense for each role and the accomplishments that you're referencing within that role. So all past experience should be written in past tense and current experience should be written in present tense. Unless, of course, you are referring to a project or task that you've completed already in your current role, and then you should also be using past tense there too. Resume formatting tip number 9. Keep your resume to one page. If you need to make more space on your resume, then you can play around with the margins, but make sure that your margins don't drop below less than half an inch. Then you're just really getting too close to the edges of the page. Resume formatting tip number 10. Use a plain white background. Using color blocks or other graphic design elements can look really bad when it's printed out, as it uses up a lot of ink and it often just doesn't have the same look or clarity as it would on a computer screen. An exception to this, or some of the earlier tips I gave you around using consistent fonts and colors, meaning professional black only, Might be if you're going for a creative position like graphic design or something else. Use your best judgment, but know that there are positions and industries that do allow for a little bit more flexibility and creativity in your resume, but for everything else, just keep it professional and use a plain white background, a black, consistent font throughout, and you'll be good to go. So there you go. 10 quick resume formatting tips to get you started. Don't forget to download my free resume checklist that I have linked in the description below this video. It includes these tips plus a lot more around how you should format the various sections of your resume. So things like your contact info, your education, your work experience, plus even some optional sections that you may need to include based on your circumstances. I've also included a sample resume template that you can look over and some examples of what you need to finalize before you hit send on your resume. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like and share it with a friend or two. Your support helps as I continue to grow this channel and produce even more content for you, so thank you. Don't forget to hit subscribe on this channel so that you're in the loop as new videos are released. Thank you, and I will see you back here next week.